Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome back to this channel today, and we are going to continue with the Form 2 Maths first time exam preparation. Now this video will be about the identities. What does identity mean? Do you still remember? Identity in maths will be left hand side equals to right hand side. Just like you will identify the two twins, they are identical because everything that they have are matching with each other, from up to down to left to right, everything. That's what happens in maths as well. Identity is left hand side equals to right hand side. Miss, what do you even mean? What does that mean? Well, we have to, there's the triple equal sign here, right? That's the identical equation. So this thing is on the left side, so this is called left hand side, this is called right hand side. The left hand side is totally equals to the right hand side. Now what do we do next? We have to compare the coefficients. What does coefficient mean now? Here do you see x square? So the number next to this x square is called coefficient. So the coefficient of the x square is 5 on the right hand side. How about left hand side? Do we know yet? Well, we don't yet, but we have to find it, and we have to make both of the coefficients same on left hand side and also the right hand side. So let's start doing it. How we do is on the left hand side, because there are too many brackets, so you have to first of all expand it. Expand it means remove the brackets. So how do we remove the brackets here? Well, you can give this to here and also here. This also goes here and also goes here. So here first, ex times x. Do we have any other e's? Nah. So we just stand here. How about the x times x? So x square. And the next thing, ex times -1. So there's a symbol negative and ex there. How about this one? F times 2x. We write the numbers first and then the letters, and another f times 1. Anything else that you can do? Nah, then just stand there. How about the right hand side? Anything to expand? Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. If we can, then we have to do it. If we don't, then no need. Let's see what we can do here. Nothing, because it's all expanded already. Then it's an identity. We can compare the coefficients. So our first step is to compare the coefficients of the x square. So on left hand side, which of these have the x squares? Only the first one, this one, right? So we will say on the left hand side, our coefficient of x square is e. No need to write x square. How about on the right hand side? The coefficient of the x square is here, which is 5. Anything else? Nope. So you just end here. Lucky you got the value of e now. We might need it, even though here you have to find f. Sometimes we do need it. Okay, let's end here. We are done with the x square. Next step we can do is x. Let's compare all the x now. On the left hand side, where do you see the x? You will see it here and here, right? This whole thing. How about on the right hand side? This one. Good. So left hand side first, we have negative e plus 2f. How about right hand side? Negative any number, that means it's a hidden one. So here next to x is negative e. Here is positive 2f. So you write the whole thing, everything that have the x, you have to write it. And the right hand side, -1. Now here, do you know any of the values? Yes, we do. Look at this one. E is 5, -1. But we have to find f in the question, right? So what do we do now? This -5 is, this here is negative. If you move to the other side, it becomes positive. Yes. And then can you click in calculator this one? -1 plus 5. Yep, you can get 4. So this is 2f. Now how do you remove this 2 here? This 2f means 2 times f. Now if you don't want this 2, you have to divide it on the other side, which will be 4 divided by 2, which is 2. Yay, good. See, you can understand it, right? If I'm too fast, remember to replay the video and then try to understand it until you can get 100%. All right. Okay, let's move to the next question then. It's similar. I mean, the answers might be same as well. It's just I want you to do it again and again and again and again, so that practice makes perfect and you remember the answers as well. Yeah, it's for your exams. Come on. Now again, you have the 3 equal sign. What do we do? It means it's an identity. Identity means left hand side equals to right hand side. So let's write the left hand side things first. We have this, and if there are brackets, you have to expand everything. How do we expand it? Just give it to the brackets, give everything to the brackets. So gx times x, what do you get? Gx squared. Gx times -1, negative gx. H times 2x, 2hx. And then h times 1, h. Anything else? Nope. Then we just wait here. And then we will also need the right hand side. We have 5x squared minus x plus h. Now that everything expanded, just compare. We compare the x squares first. From left hand side, this one is having x squared. From right hand side, this one is having x squared. So we write the left hand side first and then also the right hand side. Luckily, you got the value of g. How about we are done with x squared. Then what's the next step? We compare the x. On the left hand side, this whole thing is having the x, right? So you write that negative g plus 2h. How about on the right hand side? -1, because there is no other number. That means it's a hidden one. And then do we know any of the values here? Yay, we do. Yes, good. So it's -5 plus 2h. And then we have to find h. So what do we do with this one and this one? So deal with this one first because this is farther away. So -5, if you want to move it to the other side, it becomes +5. Good. And then click calculator, this one, -1 plus 5. What do you get? 4. So 2h. 2 times what is 4? Now you don't want this 2 here, so what do? This here 2h means 2 times h. You don't need this 2. You would, yes, divide it on the other side, which is 2 in the end. Good. See, so smart of you guys. Now try to do next question on your own, guys. The more you practice, the better it will be for your exams. It's again the same thing. You just have to expand it, and do it. So you will see there's a 3 equal sign. What do? It means it's identity. Identity means left hand side equals to right hand side. Now what's on our left hand side? Can you write it? Left hand side we have kx, x minus 1 plus l, 2x plus 1. And then there are so many brackets, so what do? Open the brackets. So kx times x, kx squared, kx times -1, negative kx, and then l times 2x, 2lx, l times 1l. Nothing else to do, just enter. How about on your right hand side? 5x squared minus x plus l. Ooh. Now what do? Everything expanded. We compare the x squares first. On the right hand side and left hand side. Left hand side we have k. See here, this one is having x squared. How about on the right hand side? We have 5, right? We got the value. How about we are done with x squared. Next thing we do is x. On the left hand side we have these all, right? So you write all of these. How about on the right hand side we have -1. Do we know any of these values? Yes, we do. We have k. And then how do we find that l? This thing is the farthest away, so you deal with this. It's a -5 here. If you move to the other side, it becomes +5. And the -1 plus 5, you can get 4. And then you don't want that 2, you will divide on the other side. So l equals to 2. Okay, just 2 more questions. It's again the same. Just do it and then make it as your practice. So it's a 3 equal sign. What do? Left hand side equals to right hand side. So what's on your left hand side? mx and then x minus 1 plus n, 2x plus n. And then we open the bracket. Now I'm doing a little bit faster now. I just need you to do it as much as you can. Oh, sorry, I copied wrong. It was one there. And how about on your right hand side? What do you have? Nothing to expand, so it's still there. And then now the expansion is done, we compare the coefficients. So x squared first. On the left hand side we have m. How about on the right hand side? We have 5. So you got the solution of one thing, but you have to find for the n. So we come done with x squared. We also do for x. On the left hand side we have these, so you write all of those. And then how about on the right hand side? We have -1. And then you have to see if you know any of those values. We know m. So you do that and see what do you get next. You have to find n. You don't need that -5, so you move to the other side. It becomes +5. Good. And then click calculator. 2n equals to -1 plus 5. Click calculator. What do you get? Yep, 4. And then again, you don't need this 2. You will divide on the other side. So that's your answer. Okay, last one. Just be a little bit quicker. So you see the 3 equal sign. It's an identity. Identity means left hand side equals to right hand side. So write the left hand side things first. So open the brackets. How about right hand side? I know these are exactly the same thing, just the unknowns are different. It's just for your own practice, right? And then we compare the x squares first. X squared on the left hand side is r, on the right hand side it's 5. So you got the answers. And then we compare the x. On the left hand side we have -r plus 2t. On the right hand side we have -1. And do you know any of these values? Yes, you do. Just continue. You don't need this -5. You will move to the other side. It becomes positive. And then you again don't need that too. You will divide it on the other side. So that's your answer. I know all of these are having the same answer. You can redo it. Do it so many times so that you know exactly what to do with these types of questions. So that's all for this video. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.